Hello, and welcome to my Wings of Fire What If series. This episode is What If Boa erased animus powers when Darkstalker escaped? Make sure you watch the previous episodes, especially the first one, for the introduction. Boa decided that animus powers were too dangerous. She cast a spell to remove them from every living dragon. Little did she know, only seconds before she cast the spell, Darkstalker had emerged from Jade Mountain. Turtle squeaked in terror, recognizing the glare Darkstalker sent his way. He grabbed a stick and tried to cast a spell to hide himself. But nothing happened. Darkstalker looked at him oddly, and then returned his attention to the other dragons who were arguing about him. Winter, in particular, was very angry. "Die!" Winter shouted, flying at Darkstalker. Darkstalker easily countered him, pinning him to the ground with a frown. "Now really," he started saying, "I'm just here to make friends." Then an odd look passed over his face. "Wait a moment." He raised his talons and tried to cast a spell. "What happened to my powers? I can't see any futures in which I use them." "Good," Winter spat. Turtle hesitantly spoke up. I can't use mine either." Darkstalker stared at him, eyes cold. "Did you do this?" Darkstalker shouted. "No!" Turtle hid behind Peril. "Hey, Turtle wouldn't erase his own magic," Kibbley said reasonably. "Well," Darkstalker cut himself off. 3 moons I'm hungry." He looked down at himself. "And I'm huge. I need to eat a lot of food, right now." "Wait, first, how did you get out?" Moon asked. "And what do you mean you lost your powers? Peril destroyed your scroll. Of course you did." "Well, destroying the scroll was supposed to return my powers to me," Darkstalker said. "And for a moment it did, and I was able to get out of the mountain. But then," he held up his talons, "the tingling, the power, it's gone." Winter shot up and tried to bite Darkstalker. Darkstalker just flicked his tail, sending Winter flying. "You lied to me," Moon said. "It was a reasonable thing to do," Darkstalker grumbled. "Not that it matters now." He rose up into the air and looked around. "I'm going hunting. Who wants to join me?" Everyone hesitantly followed Darkstalker. It was unsettling watching the giant dragon hunt. He crushed the goats he found and ate so many of them it was unbelievable. Then he wanted to go to Jade Mountain Academy. The Nightwings attacked Darkstalker, and everyone was suspicious of him, even Sunny, who'd heard of his evil while following Fierceteeth back before the end of the war. Darkstalker seemed frustrated that he couldn't enchant everything, and he bonded with an enemy, who felt a similar frustration upon losing her powers. Darkstalker reunited with Foeslayer, and the two of them moved back into the ancient Night Kingdom, along with Fierceteeth, Strongwings, and a few other Nightwings who were dissatisfied with the rainforest being their home. But most Nightwings stayed in the rainforest, and Darkstalker's faction never gained much power. Kinkajou remained in her coma for a long time, until the day Turtle and Kibbley ran into Shapeshifter again. They stalked him silently, ambushing him while he was changing forms. They stole the pieces of scroll from him, and used one of them to heal Kinkajou. They gave the scroll pieces to Kinkajou, figuring they were hers by right because she'd been attacked by Shapeshifter. Darkstalker had children with a Nightwing named Starweaver, as he hoped to pass on his animus gene and fight a child willing to give him back his powers. Darkstalker, still being immortal, was willing to wait until he found a descendant with powers. Kinkajou used one of the scroll pieces to make Darkstalker mortal again, and then she used another to make it so no future animus dragons could be born. Then she destroyed the scroll pieces. Darkstalker died soon after from old age, and many Nightwings mourned his passing, including his 4 children, Magic Talons, Star Dancer, Darksight, and Reality Weaver, none of which had inherited the animus magic, thanks to Kinkajou's spell. When the Mantolan dragons arrived in the Ice Kingdom, Queen Glacier called a meeting with all the queens to decide how to handle this. During the meeting, Queen Glacier's crown fell off, and Queen Coral picked it up to hand it back to her, when she noticed it was animus touched. Queen Glacier decided to destroy the crown, commissioning a new one to be made. The queens decided to send a stealth team to Pantala, consisting of a dragon from each tribe. The Skywing Ruby chose to send was Peril, who went into the abyss to rescue Luna and Dusky and proceeded to burn all of the Breath of Evil into nothing. Okay, so that was episode 3. I hope you enjoyed it. And the next episode is going to be, what if Luna and Blue swapped places? So, again, thank you for listening. and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!